Hey guys, welcome to Technability. This is part 2 of the Galaxy S4 versus the iPhone 5S. If you haven't already watched part 1, I'll post the link in the description below. You can check that out. Part 1 we covered a bunch of different software and hardware features. In part 2 we're basically going to focus on the camera, Siri versus Google Now, and a few other minor features here with both respective OSs. Alright, so before we get into the camera, let's go ahead and look at Siri and Google Now. So of course in the iPhone, if you just... that here. Tell me the weather.
Looks like nice weather coming up between today and Friday. Up to 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Who is the Prime Minister of Canada?
Let me check that.
Stephen Harper is the Prime Minister of Canada.
The answer is Stephen Harper.
Remind me to go to the doctor tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Here's your reminder for tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Cancel reminder.
Fine.
Open settings. Okay, you can see both of them open the settings. Let's go ahead and go back here. What is 6 times 6 minus 9?
The answer is...
I didn't quite get that.
Navigate to nearest Starbucks.
Getting directions to Starbucks.
Good. See, this one opens a separate app. This one actually does it directly through Google Now. Let's go ahead and ask it a few more questions. Laura, you have any questions you want to ask?
What is 7 times 7 minus 2 to the 10th power?
The answer is...
Let me check that. My web search turned this up.
They're both kind of different. Both answer certain things. Both can answer certain things. Alright, let's see. Who is the 14th President of the United States?
Checking.
According to Wikipedia, Franklin Pierce...
The answer is Franklin Pierce.
...of the United States and is the only president from New Hampshire.
Who was the 16th Vice President of the United States?
Checking. The answer is Millard Fillmore.
Okay. Alright, so we're done with this. So you can see both of them are comprehensive in their own ways. I mean, Siri answers certain things Google Now doesn't. Google Now answers certain things that Siri doesn't. Now again, it also depends on your network. You gotta have a good network for these things to work well. Alright, so let's go back here now. Let's go ahead and look at the galleries before we actually open the camera. So you can see the respective galleries here. Now you have air view here with this one. So you could just hover your finger over an image. Oops. You can hover your finger over an image. This guy looks all happy. You can see that. You can hover your finger over the image and it'll actually give you a preview of the image. Okay, see how that works? Or you could just open up the image and you could pinch in, pinch out. Don't get any ideas with that, guys. Alright, let's go back. You can see here, or you can just pinch in, pinch out, or you can just pinch like this and it closes it out. You can also just open a picture and kind of rotate it around and whatnot. Now sharing options are as such. So if I take this photo here and I take this photo here and I want to share them, with Android you can either click here on the menu button or you can simply go up here where the sharing options are, and third-party apps do sync with this sharing right here, so that's cool. With iOS, you got this little button right here on the bottom left. You get what they give you. You got Flickr, Facebook, Twitter, mail messages. You can do multiple photos at once, and you got AirDrop. You see now, it just connected to my brother's AirDrop, so I can actually AirDrop this photo to my brother as long as he accepts it, and you can transfer photos that way as well. Now with Android, you have Near Field Communications, NFC, so you can also use NFC to transfer photos, and S-Beam, which Samsung has with the Galaxy series, so that's another feature. Of course, you can assign as contact, do all that as well. Now both have various different editing features, so if I want to just get out of here I can click done. If I go here, you can see again, if I click the menu button, I got edit right here, so you can edit various photos. Right here you have edit as well. You can see how that just kind of like arranged it so and stuff. That's evident in the notification bar as well, so this will realign itself. Alright, so you can see I just got a picture, AirDrop. You know, Sean Bro would like to share a photo with you, accept. So I just got the photo via AirDrop. That's a cool feature. I like that feature. So I just accepted the photo. Now it's in my gallery. Now you can see these two photos. You could share. You can edit them in various different ways. Okay. So you got crop, color, effect. You got 1:3. You can change the aspect ratio. Here you can do auto enhance, red eye reduction. You can do various filters, etc. You can also obviously transform the picture and crop the picture. You can do that here as well. All right. So let's go back. Oops, I cropped the picture. Actually, we can undo that by just clicking that right there. Go back. Cancel. Right, you can delete the photos as well, obviously. Go back, you can create various different folders, and you can do the same here with iOS. You can create various different albums. You can see the picture I just received right there of my nephew. Alright, so let's go ahead and go home on both. Let's look at the cameras. I know you guys are wondering about the cameras, so we're going to go ahead and put this up here. Alright, so here's the camera for the Galaxy S4. Now you can see it's a fairly simple interface. I'm zooming in with the volume button, or of course you could just simply pinch in and pinch out. I could take a photo like that. I could do burst shot. You see burst shot right there. Alright, you also have the ability to do a front and rear photo at the same time. Alright, so you can see right there, you got that little cube thing. My finger's in front of it. Alright, and you could change the, you can actually change that. You could do a fisheye window, you could do heart shape, instant pic, which looks like a panorama, or one of those old cameras. You can see that right there. Alright, so I can take a picture like this. Alright, now if I was to just go back to the rear camera, right, there's the normal rear camera. You got various different modes. So you can see here, you got auto, you got night, you got sports, panorama, rich tone, eraser, animated photo, drama, sound and shot, etc. So you got various different features here and various different ability, or various different filters. Now let's say I do night. Right, it says hold the steady while taking photos. Of course, like I said, you got sports, you got panorama photos. Alright, so you got panorama. Let's go ahead and go back to auto here. Auto will pick the best one for you. Alright, let's go ahead and take it. Even though it's broad daylight, it's going to see the quality here. Okay? Let's look at the quality here. This photo would flash. It's good quality, guys. It's a 13 megapixel camera, so there's really nothing, no distortion, even at 100% crop and 100% zoom. So it's great quality camera. Has a ton of features, useful features. The Galaxy S4 has definitely been critically acclaimed in relation to the camera. Okay, you can take another flash photo there. Takes pictures quick. You got burst shot. A lot of different features. All right, let's put that back to auto. Go back, and of course you can switch to the front-facing camera, which you can see right there. Take pictures. You can record with the front-facing camera, and you also have different modes for the front-facing camera as well. All right, so various different features here with the Galaxy S4 camera. Right now with the iPhone camera, it's a little bit more of a simplistic layout in terms of the way it looks. Of course, you could take a picture by just clicking the shutter. You could just hold it. Do their burst shot, which takes ridiculously fast pictures. You zoom in here, 100%. See? Alright, you can also do burst shot. Just holding it. Zoom out. You got square. You got panorama as well. So you can do a panorama photo. Alright, you can record video, and as you're recording video, of course you can record, you can take a picture while you're recording the video, you could zoom in and zoom out. So video quality comes out pretty good on this device. It's 1080p, and you have slow motion, which is their new feature. It's 120 frames per second on the slow-mo feature, and it's a feature that really it's useful for the most part. If you want to get slow motion video, that's basically what it is. So there's really no other way to describe it. Now let's go ahead and take a slow motion video, and again you can see you can take pictures as you're recording. You could zoom in and zoom out. Now look, I'm talking really fast right now. I'm trying to talk really fast, and it's going to be, that's how it's going to sound when I actually play the video because it's slow motion. Alright, so let's go ahead and stop this, go back to the video. It's actually really good quality. Okay, so you guys can see that. Let me show you guys something in comparison with both of them here. So if I go to the front-facing camera, go back to photo, go to the front-facing camera, smile, smile, smile. Okay, and you can see again, you can just click up here, click down here to get to your photos and your videos and whatnot. Alright, you can see that. And you can see it here on iOS as well. If you don't want it, you could delete it. Just delete that video right there. Alright, so fairly simple, fairly comprehensive, fairly easy to use, and the camera has really good quality. I have some 1080p video samples of the iPhone 5S on the channel if you guys want to check that out. But the cameras on both are acceptable. If you're purchasing a phone based on camera, or you have either or of these phones, then I'm pretty sure you're content with the camera. Alright, let's go ahead and listen to the music or sound on both here. If you go to media and go to Pandora on both. Okay, this is no skip, no ad Pandora 1. This is a Pandora with skips with ads. Okay. Okay.
Brother fellas in the back.
And if I'm playing here, go home. Got it in the lock screen. If I unlock. You also have it in the control center. Pause that. See? Okay. And you can also put a widget. Of course, you also got it in the lock screen. If you want it in the lock screen, that is. All depends. You can set that up as you so please. Alright, so let's pause that. Alright, let's just go ahead and do some quick speed tests here. Again, opening, closing apps. Before we do that, let's multitask. Alright, let's close out of everything on both, just to make it fair. Okay, so let's just say again, let's go ahead and open camera. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and open the calendars on both. If I can find the calendar here on the iPhone, there it is, okay. You can see both calendars are minimal. Just give you an idea what both of them look like. You got this one by, obviously you could do by week, by day, by month. So they're both minimal. You could set up reminders or appointments or whatever it is that you need to do. You can also do that through Google Now and through Siri. So let's exit out. You can see the S4 exits out a little bit faster. Alright, let's go to Mail. Okay, so Mail, let's go to the browsers. Let's actually do the stock browsers here. Alright, so it should be under Preferences. Okay. Okay, so you can see the browsers, both loading technability on their respective networks. They're both on the same T-Mobile network, so let's see this right here. And you can see both browsers. Alright, you can pinch in, pinch out obviously, like I said, and you got the different tabs. So here you could swipe that way, nothing's going to happen. You could swipe them both away, exit out. Let's go ahead and open settings on both. You can see both of their respective settings. You can enable developer options here on the Galaxy S4 if you want. You got various different developer options. You can see those right there. And they got more of the black background because it's an AMOLED display, whereas iOS uses a little bit more of a colorful or white theme here. And again, you got the gesture, so I could just gesture back. I could just push the back button here as well. So it's almost the same thing, back button or gesture. But you can see the respective music players. If I find the Galaxy S music player here. Up there. Play music with, I don't have any music on it, but alright, that was about equal. They both have their streaming services. Okay. Exit out of that. Messages. Exit out of that. Actually, let me show you guys something with both of their messages. I haven't covered the messages here. Alright, you can see you can do the timestamp here. If you just swipe over that way, you can get a timestamp of it. You can swipe up, swipe down. Obviously, again, you can gesture back. Right here with Android, it's similar. Alright, you got the keyboard. Actually, let's do a keyboard test while we're in there. Alright, so there's both their respective keyboards. Let's go ahead and do a voice test here. Hey, how are you today? What's going on? What do you feel like doing? I hear there's a lot of good things going on right now out in Hollywood. Do you think we should go there? I don't know, maybe not. It's nice weather, period. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Comma, do you think we should go hang out today? Period, question mark. No, I don't know. I'm not really feeling like going out tonight. Unless you are, and then we can do something. I hear there's a really nice new Starbucks over at the Americana, period. Do you want to go? Question mark. Now that's impressive. Alright, so this is done. And as I'm talking, it's going to continue typing. But again, the iOS, it'll type it all out for you and does it pretty quickly. But with Google Voice, obviously, it types it as you're talking, period. Let's go ahead and look at their respective clocks. You can see you got stopwatch, alarm timer. Over here you got alarm timer, stopwatch. So they're very similar again in what they do and their functionality. Let's see which one opens Temple Run 2 faster. You can see the colors are a little bit more bright on the Galaxy S4, both at 100%. Okay, you got the 64-bit A7 CPU here on the iPhone 5. You got the Snapdragon 600 quad-core on the Galaxy S4. See both? I mean, they're both about equal. I mean, you're not going to be able to tell a difference in graphics or frame rates or anything like that. They're both very responsive, immediate to my touch. Oops, very hard to play this on two different devices. See how far I could get, huh? Now, all right, you can see if I pause, I can't access, or I could access the notification bar, which is great. Some iterations of Android don't allow you to do that. You can also access the quick settings right there, and with iOS, you can access the control center, or you can access your notification center as well. If I access the control center here, I can go into the camera, for example. I can go directly into the camera over here. I can just go to the quick settings. I can go, turn on or turn off various features. And other various apps like Google Hangouts and Chrome and everything in between. They're very similar to one another because, again, you do have Google services here on the iPhone 5S. On iOS in particular, you can see the various tabs. They're the same. So you can add a tab. Obviously, you got incognito tabs as well. And you got various different reader modes. Right? You can see they're both very similar. So you can just swipe them away. Okay. So Chrome is very similar to one another. Again, you have Google Hangouts on both, which are similar. You got FaceTime on iOS. You can download various different third-party FaceTime apps for this, or just use Google Hangouts actually for Android. The contacts, again, the reason why I don't want to go into contacts is because it's showing phone numbers, but the contacts are similar. It's just A to Z contacts. You can obviously put contact photos and emails and whatnot attached to those. You have the stock app here for iOS, other various apps and utilities that you have for the Galaxy S4. You got the Finance app. Again, you get Amazon Store, Google Plus Photos, etc. So these are all basically the various native apps that come with each respective OS. If you want to go ahead and look at speed test on both, run a speed test here, right? Why not? Both on the same network. You can see right here I could just do this and some weird thing happens. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, so that's something new, I suppose. Keep doing it. Okay, let's exit out. Alright, in terms of benchmarks, of course you got the A7 chip, 64-bit, so its benchmark's pretty high, but that doesn't mean that the Galaxy S4 doesn't itself. It's a pretty powerful phone, and Antutu scores of about 28,000. You got quadrant benchmark of about 14,000. You got Linpack scores of about 60, or Ninamark scores of about 61 frames per second. So everything on the S4 is pretty fast, pretty smooth, pretty fluid. Very good in terms of development. If you're in the ROM community, there's a lot of development for the S4. In terms of the iPhone 5S, again, the A7 64-bit chip has been actually critically acclaimed in terms of its benchmarks. It benchmarks pretty well, there's no doubt about that. And you could run various different apps like HBO Go, ShowGo, and whatnot here on the Galaxy S4. In terms of media, you got the same things going on with the iPhone and iOS 7. Alright, so that's basically everything I wanted to cover here with both of these devices. If you guys have any questions or any comments, go ahead and make them in the comment section below. This is part 2 of our two-part comparison between the Galaxy S4 and the iPhone 5S. Again, thank you guys for watching Technability. Don't forget to check out www.technability.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope we've been as comprehensive and detailed as we possibly can be. Again, we want to just get straight to the point, straight to the features. We don't want to beat around the bush. I hope we were able to do that. And again, if you're the owner of either of these devices, honestly, you should be happy. There's really no reason why you shouldn't be. If there's anything you're not happy about in particular to either or, you always have the option to switch and rest assured knowing that really you're not going to miss out on much with either or, because they're both very similar despite the fact that they're very different at the same time in terms of apps, third-party apps and whatnot. So, and if you're interested in development, we have a bunch of different custom ROM videos for various different Android phones on our channel, so check that out. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'm Barrage, this is Technability. Have a nice day.